What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again with some more sneaker related content, and we are back with episode 131 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. Today's guest is Sneaker Box 9. What's up, Mr. Shoe 2.0? Let's see if we can get our guest. Friday. This is the weekend. I don't have to work. So what's up, Mr. Shoe? You copped anything new lately? You still doing the Vans?
Good.
What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
Man, just trying to get like you, man. Hopefully,
Man.
hopefully he was okay with the music I selected. I tried to get something from Miami.
Oh, no, that's cool, man. You know, we always represent for Trick, man.
I used to love that shit. Yeah, well, welcome. Yeah. Shout out to everybody joining. What's up, Plato's Closet, Linthurst? What's up, Roy? Crispy Clean, Mr. Shoe, Katricia. All right, man. Well, usually when I start off the show, I always ask the guest. One thing new I'm gonna start with this episode is, what did you wear on feet today?
Man, earlier today I had on some Sean Witherspoon Adidas.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just something light today. Just had to run some errands. Didn't really want to do too much with the weather out here. It's pretty nasty. Weather.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, what's the most important thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
Man, you know, honestly, is that life is short. And then you don't want to spend your time or your majority of your day, which we most of the time we spend at work, but you want to take that time to do something that you really enjoy to do instead of being forced to go somewhere that you don't want to go.
Right.
So I guess in a nutshell, it's just really stay focused on your dream.
Okay. Cool. Now, things have been kind of hectic, so I didn't get to send any notes, but usually the way the show breaks down, I go through sneaker origins, then we do more recent sneaker past, sneaker present, and then we kind of end off the show with sneaker future. Sorry about that. So what was your first sneaker moment or sneaker memory that really kind of kicked things off for you?
Man, so the part of Miami I'm from is called Liberty City.
Oh.
At the time, we were standing next to this guy who had a lot of sneakers. So he was real influential in the neighborhood. And he had a younger brother who ran track. And one day, I guess they was going back and forth with just a little play banner. And he said, man, I bet 18 is faster than you. So he's like, nah, no, you're not. So we went back and forth for maybe like 10 minutes. And it ended up with a race from one end to the other end of the block. And the reward was a pair of Cherry 12s. So I was like, all right, so, you know, we took off, we ran, and I beat him by like a hair. And I got the 12s. And then ever since then, it was like, all right, what's next? What's going on? What's the next drop? I just kind of got sucked into the culture at that point.
Okay. White and red 12s. That would make me run. You know.
Yeah.
Not my favorite 12, but it's one of them. So,
man, you gotta love the cherries though. You gotta love. My favorite is the French Blues, but the 12s was the Cherry 12s was the ones.
Yeah, for me it's just the taxi.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why it's been almost 10 years since we've seen. You know, I feel like with the Obsidian and with the taxi, they've given us shoes that are similar.
Yeah, but not the real thing.
Yeah.
Not the real thing.
That Indigo 12, it's like you could just bring back the Obsidians. They're almost the same. And the royalty, you could just, like, if I didn't have a taxi, that royalty, I'd just switch out the laces.
Yeah.
I'd pretend, you know, but it's just not the same.
I wanted though. I really wanted to drop the French Blue 12s, but they haven't hinted, they haven't played with the idea, toyed with it or nothing. They dropped every other OG but the French Blue 12s.
Yeah, we know. That wasn't no OG for real though.
The French Blues? Nah, not for me, for someone like you. But you know,
nah, they came out in 04, you know, but they I feel like they're good enough where they could have came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
I know when they came out in 2016, the Nike account I was running at the time, we sold out of them
In a
45
heartbeat, man.
minutes. Yeah,
In a
so
heartbeat.
yeah, yeah. But you know, it's what you're 10 and a half, right?
11.
11. Okay.
11.
I'll be on the lookout for you with that,
Appreciate it.
because I feel like I come across those quite a bit, the
Yeah.
2016 pair.
I can't
So,
never. I can't never. And
really?
the one person I did that knew that I had them was a size 10. So I couldn't even do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So what was that next sneaker that really cemented it? Where I know the Right and Red 12 had you like, all right, what's the next? But like, what was the next shoe where it was like, all right, I'm in this. This is my life. What was that shoe?
Man, y'all gonna be sick. So the time came a little later on, but it was when Jordan started doing the fusions.
Okay.
The fusions. So then that pair only fused with the 12s, but it was the green bean, so that black with the green stitching, them. And that was pretty much it. I kind of felt like this is my spot right here. This is my lane.
See, like people talk shit about fusions, but
I don't know why.
I just be
The
like,
fusions dropped. There was some hype.
yeah, if you wasn't there, just say that.
Yeah.
If you was there, like we was there, like those was it. 2008.
Man, look, that was the hype right there. That was the hype, and that was kind of like when sneaker culture started to take that turn, man. So it was like I kind of caught it at just the right moment when they started the fusion.
Shit, I still got all my fusions.
I wish I did. Before, you know, it was Air Force Ones.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a real big thing at that time. So, but when they did they kind of paired two of the greats.
Yeah, and see, one thing I used to love was whenever they do a fusion and OG colors, they would always come out with real nice apparel to go with it that I would just wear with a regular shoe.
Sweats and all, yeah, man.
Because, like, when they did the Fusion 8, like, to me, certain Jordans, I'm like, yeah, y'all shouldn't have did the 8. Y'all shouldn't have did the 13 or the 10. These shoes are too curvy.
Yeah.
It worked for the 9, the 3, the 4, the 5, like some of them other ones, the 12.
Was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that was a perfect match. They couldn't have did it no better.
Yeah.
And I think they did a military blue Fusion 12 and Fusion 4. Perfect.
Yeah, they did all the OG colorways of the 4 in the Fusion. That military was kind of hard to find, though. I think it might have been a lifestyle release or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen them. Oh no, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Now, what year did you come out of high school?
I came out in 2008.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, that was around the time of the Fusions, the countdown packs. That was a transition period.
That's what I was saying. Like, that was the time it was starting to take its turn right there.
So, what was the Miami sneaker scene like back then?
It was coming. So the thing was, at that time in high schools, they kind of implemented a policy 2 years before. So long story short, they made everybody wear uniforms now. So they didn't want any kids who was unfortunate to be left out or felt like they was going to get picked on. So they did that. And it blew up. Because now there was no way to differentiate between who you were and who I am, as far as style, personality, which these are things you pick up from people's fashion. But your shoes. So you had, in order to distinguish yourself, your shoes had to be on point. Okay. So it kind of it leveled up. Then you get out of school, and you got people in the neighborhood, their shoes up, their shoes out. It was just a thing. If you wanted notoriety, you either had to play a sport or you had to dress a certain way. So that's how it kind of.
Okay. So what was that shoe in high school for you that really, like, fucked them up?
All right, so I had a pair of orange and white mid Air Force Ones. But I got them from like a store in South Carolina, I think. I went for like Thanksgiving and came back with them. But nobody else had them on. So when I did have them Fridays, we had what's called a dress down day. So they allow you to dress down and outside of uniform. So when I put them on, that Friday after coming back, I put them on with an Ed Reed uniform jersey and some light blue jeans. And then everybody was like, oh, you know, forget the judges. The shoe, like, where you get these from? So that was the shoe right there.
Okay, cool, cool. Now, what were your go-to clothing brands that you were wearing with these shoes when you didn't have to be in uniform? Like, did you have a favorite brand back then?
Man, I used to, if the means permitted it, it was Iceberg. So we had a big thing on Iceberg out here. And then as the colors start to brighten up, Polo. So a lot of Polo. Like I am a Polo fanatic.
Okay. See, like I live in North Carolina, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
Like, I got rid of a lot of my Polo when I moved down here, but I kept all of like the really good pieces, the
yeah,
stuff I
yeah,
knew I wasn't gonna see again. And for whatever reason, you remember the Polo boots had everybody in the chokehold for a couple years there.
yeah, yeah.
I can't let go of them bitches, man. But I can only wear it with Polo clothes. I can't.
Yeah, I don't feel right wearing it with anything else. I wouldn't even feel right.
It's got to be, you know, even the Denim and Supply. Like I wish Ralph Lauren would bring that back.
Man.
But even with the Denim and Supply, I'm like, it's Ralph, but it's still not Polo.
And I had some of them pieces too off that Denim and Supply.
Yeah.
Like, when they didn't do like the regular white, they did that cream with the shirts. So I kind of, oh man, I was loving that part. I did do Denim and Supply.
Now, speaking of Polo, I know you'll appreciate this. Like I found some double RL jeans at a Plato's Closet. They were my size, but the bottoms was just too big. Like, you know, I was like, man, I might could get these tapered because I know what this is.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe they was there. I'm like, and they were only like, I think they were $20 or $18. I'm like, man, this is crazy. They treat them like regular Polo jeans.
I'd have took the chance. I'd have took the chance, held on to it until I figured it out.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Them bitches might still be there. Since you said that, I might go back to Broad Lake.
I just hold on to them, man. I'll figure it out down the line, yeah.
Because, again, like 2014, 15, going into 16, the Denim and Supply had me in a chokehold. I'm like, man, I want all of this shit, man. This shit, it's like.
It was tough.
Yeah, it was, you know, the Denim and Supply, it was like affordable double RL.
Yeah.
You know, the way.
Yeah, I agree that. And then at that time, I was in the service, so shopping on post, everything was tax free. So I got that little extra boost. So I guess that's pretty much contributed to like the Polo and the Denim and Supply because I didn't pay taxes on it.
Yes.
And my clothes were just, you know what I mean, just a little bit more inexpensive than I would if I went outside the post.
Right. Okay. Now, as we move forward ahead, you know, so you spent time in the service.
Mm-hmm.
What was hot while you were in the service as far as sneakers and as far as clothing?
Sneaker-wise, so a lot of people I met came from Georgia. So that big thing, they were still on the Air Force One wave. And then a few guys I met with from up north, they were more Nike Gordon, boot type of vibe, ACG thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, it was still rotating through certain Jordans, Air Force Ones, kind of mixing it up before I kind of found a nice rotation of shoes that I like. But in the service, it was a nice mixture.
Okay. Because, well, what years were you in the service?
I went 2009 to 16.
Okay. Because I remember during that time, especially, that was when that True Religion really popped off with us.
Well, what's the rapper? 2
Chainz.
Yeah, he was the dude that really put him on. But I never got into True Religion. The clothes was just it just didn't fit me. Like I didn't like it. I didn't gravitate to any of the pieces.
Yeah. I used to like their hoodies and some of the jackets and stuff like that more so than the jeans because a lot of the best True Religions, again, the bottoms would just be too big. You couldn't really wear them.
Wow.
You know, the Ricky. Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah. Okay. So you were in the service for what, 7 years? When what was the best thing you've ever found sneaker wise, like at one of the PX, the base joints?
I found some gems. I found some gems. Oh, you know what? Some fours. I found a pair of fire red fours in there.
Hmm.
But they like outside they would do drops inside, but the shoe would have to be like a real popular release in order for the PX to pick up the drop. So one of the two notable ones is the Fire Red 4 release, and when they did the, I want to say the All Black 12s, the Master 12s.
Okay, 2016. Yeah.
Yeah. So when they dropped them two, those was like big moments, and oh shit, on post really.
Yeah. That Master 12 was a surprise because I remember pulling up to the store I was running at the time, and I'm like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Round the corner.
You know?
Round the corner.
I'm like, for these? You know? Because those Valentine's 12s, the white and pink ones came out, like, I think a week after.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I can see that with them. But this all black 12 with a little bit of gold on it. And a little bit of
just a touch. I didn't get them though, but I got the Wingets. The Winget 2s that dropped shortly after that.
Yeah, that was the better of the two, you know, to me.
I know. I kind of still want the 12s though, but I'm a big fan of 12s, so I'd take 12s like that.
Yeah, give me that too. And I mean, they were kind of like a pack because they were both based off of posters, but
right.
You know, I got lucky. I have two pair of Master 12s. One pair I got at this thrift store in Cleveland I go to where they had a dollar sale and they were there. And the other pair I found at a regular thrift store. And they were how
do y'all do that though? Like I be seeing people on Instagram and they be like walking into Ross, they're picking on like Yeezys. How did you find that?
It's all the luck of the draw, man. Like I've never found any Yeezys at a Ross, but I found probably the best thing I found at Ross, which is crazy because it's my my employer. I work for Converse.
Yeah.
I found the Fear God skid grips at Ross, and they were like $30. You know, we were still selling them for like $100.
I can never do that. I can never do that.
And see, you and I, like I'm 11 through 12, so we're in that same group of sizes.
It don't work for me. It don't work. But what do work for me is the Nike clearance store.
Okay.
So I found some gems in there, some trainers. I found 1 or 2 pair of KDs. So I found some gems out of there. But never like walking into Ross or Plato's Closet, none of that.
Oh yeah. I guess like I've been thrifting since I was a kid. I feel like I learned how to dress by thrifting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you know the thing that sucks about because I call places like Plato's Closet, Buffalo Exchange, those fancy uptown cheapskate, fancy thrift stores. You know where it's just the name brand shit. It's cool, but a lot of those stores, I understand trying to get the most for your buy because you're putting risk because you're buying something from somebody in the hopes of selling it to someone else.
Right.
So I've been in that kind of business before, so I get it, but the purpose of those stores is to give people a cheaper alternative. I'm not trying to go into one of these stores and pay $150, $200. Like I might as well just go on eBay.
Yeah.
Now I know it's convenience because I ain't got to wait for somebody to ship it, but some stores, like I was at Uptown Cheapskate and everything good. It was like $200.
Yeah.
This is huge shit. This ain't even new. Like, and it'd be a regular GR. It'd be like going and finding some, what's the GR that came out this year? Like those Wizards 3s or those Chambray 7s.
Yeah.
And, it's a recent release, but damn, $200?
Nah.
I'll probably get them on Nike for less than that.
No.
And then you niggas ain't even got the box. Like, I'm just some of the stuff I've seen, I'm like, I don't know about that one.
No.
Just a shoe. Like, man, these are 3s. I'm like, man, I know what they are. That's why I'm asking you about them. But you ain't got the box, and you niggas still want me to pay $200?
Man, this is wild, man.
That's just me. I
wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, if I'm paying over $100 for a used shoe, I gotta have a box.
Yeah, at least. Make me feel better.
Unless it's something that's just that shit. You know, if I found some Chicago ones or some black and red ones.
Without the box?
You ain't got the box. All right. But some regular ass GR shit that I can still get new? Nah.
Nah.
All right. Well, look. Now we're kind of near, we're kind of like near the halfway point. So during halftime, I usually ask a bunch of either or questions about you, your likes, music, sports, whatever. I'm going to go through a little bit of everything. So with you being from Miami and you wearing a Dolphins hat.
Yes.
If you had to choose, I'm a little biased. I don't like the Marlins because y'all took the World Series from us in 1990. Still bitter. Y'all have been in existence for 4 years. Indians, now it's the Guardians, but so I ain't even going to talk about the Marlins. But if you had to choose between the Heat winning an NBA final or the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl, what you doing?
Dolphins winning the Super Bowl.
All right.
That's good.
All right. Dan Marino or D Wade, as far as who you represent the city.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Wade. Wade going for the county.
Okay. Wade County. All right, fair enough. Lineup or raffle?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have to skip that one. That's a hard one.
Okay. If you only could have one colorway on the shoe, you going black and red or UNC?
UNC.
Okay. Trick Daddy or Rick Ross?
Rick Ross. I grew up with Trick, but this Ross we're talking about, man.
Fair enough. I figured you would say that. As much as I've been messing with Trick since he was Trick Daddy Dollars. Yeah. So I got love for it, but I would also pick,
you gotta pick
Rose.
Rose.
All right. Black Cement 3 or Black Cement 4?
Black Cement 4s.
Okay. All right. Taxi or Cherry?
Taxi.
Okay. All right. I'm also, the Taxi is the best 12.
Yeah.
They can't make a better 12 than that. The playoff is the only thing close.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. But over the Cherries, I'm not a real big fan of the color red or red light. But the Fire Red 4s, Fire Red 3s, those are like must-haves for me. But the 12s, I could do without the Cherry 12s. Only because, like I said, I'm in love with that French blue. And it's so many other colorways now that they got. So it's not like a narrow spectrum anymore.
See, I feel like all of these 12s and 13s we're seeing, all of them were samples either from the 90s or from the first, 12 and 13 retros like 03, 04.
Yeah.
Like I think between those two, you might have made these for Ray. You might have made them for Michael Finley or somebody.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. I think some of that is that, especially the 13s. Like, these all. I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of them were just samples that they never came out with.
Yeah, I can take that.
The 13 is special. It's the first Jordan that I ever bought with my own money.
Yeah.
So it's because I've been working. That's when I started working in 1997. So yeah. So it's special, but I don't think I've bought a 13 since the last white, black, and red. So 2018, I've skipped all of them.
Oh man.
I wouldn't mind having them black and UNC 13s because I don't have a Chris Paul. So
I mean, I take it, but 13, I'm really not a fan of, and that's just like the Flints. I had a pair of Flints, and I got the De La Soul, I think they is, the yellow and white. And I wanted a pair of Breads, but when I go to buy them or I go to push pay, it's kind of like I start to think twice about it. So
what's tough about the black and red 13 is they've only retroed it properly once. which was 2004. Because the pair from 2013 looks really good, but there's no 3M on it. And the pair from 2017, it just wasn't made good. It just, the shape, the material, it's just not right.
It was poorly made. And I keep hearing people talk about like the quality of the shoes nowadays versus a few years ago. And you can notice the change, especially like in the leather and certain new materials that we trying to use.
Yeah, you can tell when they care and when they don't.
Yeah.
You know, where
niggas
are bodies, they just, you know.
that body thing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, we'll move on to the current shoe game as it is. So we'll start off a little on a down spur and just say, since the pandemic started, 2020, what's the hardest L that you've taken on a shoe you really wanted?
I think it was the Lightning 14s.
Okay.
The Lightning 14. Matter of fact, I got two. The Lightning 14 and the Community Garden Dunks. I wanted those so bad. I wanted them so bad. And it made me feel worse. Like the month after they dropped and I didn't get them, we went. I took my girlfriend. I think we was going to a movie, and I seen this dude. We just casually had him on, just dragging him. And I was like, this is so disrespectful, man. This is what I lost the draw to right here.
Okay. Yeah, my hardest. I've had a few, but I still would say I think other than the Lost and Found, the hardest L I think I've taken since the pandemic was the Flint 13, just because I have every other release of it.
Yeah. But
it's a regular shoe, and then you know how we do, you know, it's full family. Oh, that means it's gonna be pairs on pairs.
Right.
It's a million of them bitches.
Right.
The fact that get them, and I can't pay resale for that shoe. That shoe in my mind, it'll always be $150.
Yeah.
You know.
I can see that.
Like $250, $300 for the white, blue, and gray, the Flint 13s? Nah, you know.
And not even that. And I think didn't they try to do a French Blue 13?
Yeah, I think it was that. Was that Jason Kidd one, that white, gray, and blue one that came out last year? Or are you talking about something else?
Nah, that was the white, blue, gray.
Yeah, that was the Jason. I remember that being a Jason Kidd PE. The 2 years he was on Jordan Brand in 2004, and they just made it into a shoe. Either that or, you know, Quentin Richardson.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, it was like a blue-gray toe.
Yeah, it was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I feel like they was trying to substitute for the Flints.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Did you like the red Flints or the black Flints?
I didn't like neither one of them, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I didn't mess with them either.
The blue is the only real true.
I remember I found some red ones at a Plato's Closet down here. Them bitches was $55. They were in good shape, and I still couldn't buy them. I'm like, man, I just don't like these bitches.
Nah, they just not. And the black was too much black.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like it was better than the red, but still not good enough for me to buy.
Yeah, I mean, I like it whenever I see them out on feet. Like I like them on certain people. But,
Yeah.
you know, for me personally, I can not with it.
I always wished that they made the Flint 13, but with a black toe. Think of the Flint 13, but with everything white being black. I feel like that would look hard.
That's interesting. I mean, that might be something to think about.
I'm sure they probably got one somewhere in Area 51 of Nike, and you know.
they got everything in there, man. Everything.
Because I'm gonna say this. I've said this before on the show, but I'm gonna say it again. Like, I feel like Nike. I feel like they be making shit that we really want, but they be like, nah, this is too good.
Yeah.
We can't come out with this. At least not yet. We gotta wait. We have another Yeezy type situation where some from over there coming, then we'll come out with this. But like the Shattered Backboard 3, like, you know, there's really a leather pair of those somewhere with the right bottom, and the right.
Oh, I want them so bad.
You know.
The Shattered Backboard 2.0, I want them so bad. That's like one of my grabs.
Yeah.
That's what I was going. I said I was going one day just say forget it and pull the trigger on it. And I think that's what I might have to do. But I want them so bad, man. I'm waiting on like to dip a little bit in the price though, because
they all the ones have come down some, but not enough.
Nah.
You know. know, because even with the lost and found, like the 2015 Chicago, it's still high as fuck. It's just not as high.
I want them at least. I think they sitting at. I want to say it's sitting at like 3, so in the 3s. If they dip below that, I might pull the trigger on.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yo, Short, are you checking for the 13 Wolf Gray? Nah, I'm not.
Nah.
You messing with those?
I
love the 13, but I just see
Not
one
the
thing
Wolf
I
Gray.
had to do. Like it started with the Fire Red 3 last year. I started trying to really buy shoes that I really wanted instead of stopping to fall in the
hype
and just liking the idea of having the shoe versus really
wanting it. Yeah.
You know, because I've got at least 8 releases over the past 2 years, Jordan releases that I haven't even worn yet. You know, shit like Ginger 14s and those 2s.
You bought those?
Huh?
You bought those, the Ginger 14s?
Well, you know, with the Nike Love, they were only like 120.
Oh, man.
So
I want one.
Nah, I you know, the reason why I bought it too was because I have the original Ginger from 1999, the low.
Yeah.
And I just thought it would be cool to have it. But again, you know, without the Nike Love, like I couldn't have paid full fare for them.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't have been happening. But crazy coming on, looking at y'all backgrounds. Yeah, this background is the background. What the fours over there? What are those weak things right there, man? What are those?
What's what?
The weak things underneath the fours.
Oh, these Adidas tubulars. So these
man.
Came out.
Yeah.
But they nice though.
Those were waved. Those 2015. I was snagging them boys. If you couldn't get the, you know, when we sold out of the 750s, niggas was getting them because they look so similar.
Yeah. And they got a nice little vibe to them.
Yeah, my favorite tubular from that era was the Tubular Doom, the one with the sock at the top.
Yeah, I remember those.
You know, because they had a real nice, I think it was a Kith one. It was like black and gray, and you know. But yeah, I used to fuck with those hard. I still got all that shit, you know, all the early Boost shit, you know. But
nice wave.
Yeah. Now, what's the biggest win that you've had since the pandemic?
Let's see. I hit for those. No, I can't see that. I don't know. Honestly, if we just talking about hitting off the sneak app, then I'd have took more L's in a little bit. So I can't begin anything. The Tokyo ones. That was a hit. And that was a hit that I didn't even expect to do. I kind of just jumped on the app because it don't alert you. So I kind of just jumped on, and they popped up. I just hit the buy now button to see what happened. But I wasn't expecting to get them, but I got them, which was crazy. And then I got them, and then my girlfriend got them too. So both of us hitting in the same house was a crazy one.
Yeah, I've been there, you know. But it'd be hard sometimes if you hit and she don't.
Yeah, it's sick, man. It's sick.
You know. But you be on the other side of that sometimes where she hit. And you just be, oh, okay, that's good, man. All right. Then you just,
I gotta hear it all day. If I miss it, if she don't, all day, it's all day thing, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've been there, but I've also been jealous. Like, fuck, she get those for that price, and I gotta pay this price. You know. And like when I was married, my wife didn't even wear grade school. She wore like a men's 8.
Yeah.
So, you know, still like LeBron's and shit. She'd get them for dirt, and I'm like, man, anything over an 11, LeBron's get weird.
Yeah.
They start going too high.
That might get funny.
Yeah, it's like it's a couple of LeBrons. I'd have just settled for the 11 then, because 11 and a half and 12 would be like $200-$300 more. I'm like, shit. You know.
I'm not really a big fan of bronze, but the bronze I did like was mostly the 15s.
Oh, that was the last great LeBron that they made.
I only like the 15s really. And it started off with the Fruity Pebble ones,
Yeah.
the multicolored ones. Then I got
Mm-hmm.
black multicolored. And then I got the Watch LeBron, which was like the Diamond Turf LeBron
Yeah.
mix. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. The 15 was the last LeBron that I could say I bought more than 5 of.
Yeah.
Like I loved that shoe because I got the Ashes, the Cavs ones, they call it Atomic Teal, the Fruity Pebbles, the Black Fruity Pebbles, the Ghosts, the Black and Gold ones, and the Black History Month.
Yeah.
I got 7, but I love that silhouette. I love that silhouette, but
yeah, and it's a comfortable shoe. It's a nice wear too. It's a real nice wear. Like on some casual things, or even if you run an errand, I like that only number though.
Yeah.
The rest of them I can't really get with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, them joints had Cleveland in the chokehold, man, because that was the last season he was on the Cavs. Them fucking LeBron watch, like I don't have any of those. Like
No.
I just wanted 2. I only wanted the Moab and the 95. Those was the 2.
Man, I wanted the Moab, but I had bought the Diamond Turf, so I couldn't do both. So it kind of hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
But
like
the MX95 wasn't that bad either.
I mean, the Dion ones, I would have liked to have the white ones. We had the red ones when I was working at Foot Locker like a year later. But it wasn't no sizes in them bitches. It was like 10 and under. It was like 8 through 10 was all we had. I'm like, man.
No room. But I got the white ones.
Yeah, that's the one I would have messed with. That looked more like
I like that. That was a way better. I think that was like that was the best one. Safe to say that was the best out of that whole series.
Because to me, they made some really good ones that they just made for him. Where I'm like, man, if them bitches would have came out, that would have been hard. Like they did the Vince Carter Shocks ones, the Shock BB4 colorway. They did some South Beach 8, 15s, the Zoom Generation Waffle Racer. They made a bunch of them that they just made. I'm like, those are the ones that should have came out.
No, you know how they do. They'll drop them later on.
Yeah, I got a crazy pair of LeBrons. Y'all remember the black dubs made with the tire spikes? Yeah, the Rubber City 12. I got them joints in the cut.
Man.
Hey, I'm from Cleveland, man. It's like Cleveland history buying LeBrons, man. I'm a Lakers fan, but yeah, I got a lot of LeBrons, man. I got like 180 pair of LeBrons.
Yeah, shit,
man. Hey, it's you know, but I'm like that with Nike basketball. I ain't gonna buy everything, but if it's some new technology, I got to check it out.
All right, I'll take it.
But that 15 was the last LeBron that really had me excited.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
I did the same thing with KD's. I kind of just only bought the 7s.
Really? The 7 was the shoe for you?
Yeah. I didn't buy anything else but the 7s.
Yeah, with the 7, man, that strap on the menial side used to like dig into my foot, but
yeah,
I copped a decent amount of them. Probably about somewhere between 6 and 8 pair.
I got 3 pair.
You know,
I like them.
The 6 is the one that I had the most of. I had like 12 pairs of 6s. I was loving them things. But
the thing is with 6, I kind of felt funny because I feel like they made my foot look big.
Oh yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah.
But the colorways was there. Like it was there. If I would have put it on and it was cement, I'd have had a few. But they just kept every time I put them on. I can't do it.
Nah, I feel it. So, what's your favorite 7?
My favorite Jordan 7,
KD 7.
KD 7, the Longhorns.
Okay. The pony hair joints. Yeah, I got them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how when they do the pony, when they did the pony 4s, and they did another pair of ponies with Jordans too. But I like that material when they do that because it never makes the shoe look bad. It's like an automatic buy for me.
Yeah, nah, I'm glad somebody else. I was like, I feel like I'm the only person in the world that got these shoes. I know that ain't the case, but yeah, I love them too. They weird.
Yeah,
they weird. But I'm like I had to have them. Yeah, man. All right. Well, Um, what's one thing you would change about the game right now?
Height. Height. Oh, if you're gonna be in this side, if you gonna call yourself a sneakerhead or be on this side of the fence, man, don't chase the hype. You cop what you want to cop. If Jordans might not be your thing and you want to cop gel threes, cop the gel threes. You gonna get the same respect from us as though if you had a pair of Jordan 7s on or ones on or any other type of grip. It doesn't really matter. You just love what you do, but buy what you want to buy. Don't follow nobody else. And don't follow the crowd.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for
Yeah.
saying that, because I feel like a lot of the younger sneakerheads, when we state our opinion, they be like, "Oh, you gatekeeping," and it's like, "Nah, man, it's not about that." But this
Yeah.
means a lot to me. Y'all ain't really doing it right.
Nah, because you chasing. You ain't really when you buy, you just buying because everybody else buying. Ain't no feeling behind why you buying. There's no story for why you buy it. There's nothing there. You ask somebody what you like about the shoe, you can't even tell. But
Hot.
yeah,
It's like, nigga, what you mean? Like, why is it hot?
you don't even know. You don't understand the history behind the shoe, who wore the shoe, when they wore the shoe, how they wore it, the times, or the clothing line that was out during the time. Like, you're not doing the shoe no justice at all, man.
Yeah, like I got one for you from your high school years when the Green Bean Fives came out. Niggas had the
Oh,
hats with the gray with the lime. Like I remember that. Like
oh, man,
that was
man.
the moment.
Hey, that was some shit, man. Want to talk about a lot of mixed Mex colors in school that time? That was it. Cause they wanted you to see them, but we can't. You had to put on a uniform. So if it wasn't Friday, he was trying to get out there, and you just had to wear the khaki and white.
Yeah,
And try it.
yeah. What up, Buckeye City Soul? Um, okay. Now, what's one thing about the current game that you do like?
I like the styles.
Okay.
I say that much. It's not everybody's not really dressing the same. I can say that when they dressing up, they really doing their own thing. That's one thing I like to say that people being individuals.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to actually show who they are as far as clothing wise. And I
Yeah.
think that's a very unique thing coming from being closed off to the world before social media. It was really a thing. You would dress just how the people would dress in that area you were from. Not really want to establish yourself as something else in fashion. But I feel like that's a real big thing, and I enjoy seeing it.
I appreciate that. I feel that. See, for me, it's kind of like I want my cake and eat it too, because I kind of miss I never say this word right, but the anonymity of going into a store and be like, damn, man, I ain't never seen these before. What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Or, you know, you go in a magazine like, ooh, I want these, whether it's East Bay or
right,
Slam or something, like
right.
when these come out, I got to get these. But then at the same time, I do enjoy having the information. I mean, we know about shit that's going to come out next year.
Right. That
So,
could be a whole other calendar right now.
yeah, I really like the information point of, you know, this might come out, the DMP, whatever, it's going to come out. So I do like the information aspect of it. Okay. Well, as we go to, I guess the last quarter, which is sneaker future.
Right,
Um,
right.
what is that holy grail of holy grails for you? The shoe you've been chasing, you just haven't been able to put your hand on.
Man. So I got two. I think it's the Lightning 17 lows. And I want to say that Atmosphere, Fear of God.
Mm.
So those are like, if I could just, if they dip, or I just so happen to run into somebody who's trying to get them off, but I'll take them. I'll take them right off somebody's feet, man.
Okay. All right. Now, what direction would you like to see your collection go in the future?
I wanted to grow. I just wanted to continue amassing. I'm not the type of person who just buys sneakers just to have them and say you have them. I do wear my shoes. Hardest part of the day is finding what shoe to wear. And, you know, a lot of people get mad at me for it, but it's cool because I have a nice, decent size or a selection of shoes. So I just wanted to keep going.
I hear you. Now, if you could ballpark, do you know how many pairs you have?
Last time I checked, about one, somewhere in the ones. That was like maybe earlier this month.
Okay.
That's because we were moving back and forth, but somewhere in the ones.
All right. What's on your radar next?
For a pickup, actually, I'm eyeballing my community dunks.
Okay.
So I'm eyeballing. I got some goals I set for myself in October, and it's looking like I'm gonna meet that deadline, and that was my gift to myself. So I'm eyeballing the community dunks, and at the same time, I want to look at some Witherspoons. I'm in the middle.
Okay. What, the Air Maxes?
Nah, that's way out of my range. He got a pair of Adidas, not the ones with the string. He got another pair.
Okay. Is it the ZX8000?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Now, release-wise, is there anything that's catching your eye for the rest of this year?
Coming up, nah. I think the last thing that I really wanted was the fours that dropped. I couldn't get them, and then they re-dropped the Lost and Found ones, and I couldn't get them. So I don't even fool with Nike yet. I don't even fool with it. I give it a break for a while and get back on it whenever I feel like they're being fair. Because for the last two pairs, it was like I was pushing the pay button, but it was like, oh, payment canceled or something like that. It wouldn't let me. And I don't know. I don't think that's fair.
Nah, they've got to do something with that app, because like
it's trash. We call a spade, dog. That shit's trash, man.
Yeah.
Any other time I can get on there and buy whatever I want. I bought the Volt Dunks off there. Just right before they did the shot drop. So now my payment ain't going through magically. I don't like it. That app is full.
Yeah. For those of y'all in the comments asking me, I know it's 4 digits, but I don't know how many it is total.
What's that? Oh, for you? Oh.
Yeah. So I know how many Converse. This whole room I'm in, it's just nothing but Converse. But yeah. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of time before the show ends. Did you have any questions for me?
How you store them all? Like, where you put them all?
Oh, well, I mean, normally I just have them all in my house. Since I'm in the middle of a transition, you know, I have a couple of storage units, and stuff still at my house, stuff here. I call this the trap where I'm at now. So yeah, it's there are a couple different locations, but usually I just have them all together. I mean, I'm used to being in a house, so I'm able to, you know, do that. But yeah, it's got to be climate controlled. You know, it can't be like no outside storage units where you store a car or something.
I learned my lesson with that. Yeah, I learned my lesson with that.
Yeah.
Boxes folding in on top of each other, melting. It wasn't right. I figured it out though. Yeah. But dude, when you tell people like how many shoes you got, are they like with the unbelievable face? Because I tell people all the time, like, I have a lot of pair of shoes, and I have to show them.
Yeah, usually people don't believe me until they see this page.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, it's a problem. It's just like earlier, I was gonna buy 6 pairs, and I just was like, I'm gonna just chill. Because I mean, you know, if it's there and it's cheap, I'm gonna at least look at it if it's not no mess. So
Yeah, I do the same thing. I might browse it, check it out.
mm-hmm.
If it's within my budget at that time, like yeah, I'll spend.
But yeah, most of the time people don't believe me and they be like, nah, nigga, whatever, you ain't got, because they'll see, or people who are new to the page, they'll just see all these Converse and they just think I'm some sort of Converse freak, like I don't have the J's and the foams and all the stuff everybody else got. So, but that's cool. I'm like, I can't work every day, so it
Right.
helps. So yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. But people, I'll be like, I got a lot of shoes. I got 20 pairs, 30 pairs. I'll still be like, oh, that is a lot of shoes,
Yeah.
because I'm never gonna be like, oh, well, since I got this and that, you ain't got, I'm never gonna be like that,
I don't even normally tell people. They just kind of notice it as they come around. Like, yo, this is another pair. This is another pair of shoes. Like, how many pair of shoes do you have?
Mm-hmm.
I got a decent amount.
Yeah, it's a chick that I'm talking to. I told her recently. I'm like, she was like, God, and she saw my page. And she was like, I didn't know you had it like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing this for a really long time, so that's part of it. But I'm like, I don't even like to wear the same shoe twice in a month unless it's something where I'm like, it's got to be at a chokehold, like an Aqua 8 or a Bordeaux 7, where it's like, when they retroed the Bordeaux 7 in 2011, like, my wife at the time, she was my girlfriend. She was like, damn, nigga, you wearing them bitches again? Because I was so pumped that they was coming out.
Though. They were nice. That was like, a nice drop.
I'm like, man, you don't understand. Like, it's what it is. But during my marriage, I mean, she got heavy into it too, where she had like 400 or 500 pairs. She was just copping like,
yeah.
They would come to the house and I'm like, this ain't what, because I was talking about being jealous earlier. She had to shatter backboards, the satin joints, and I ain't even got the leather ones. So I'm like,
this the 2.0. I just want the 2.0. That's a nice one, dog. That's a nice one. And the Jordan 1 Homecoming.
Yeah. So,
but I don't know. I haven't even started to even think about copping ones, man. But because I normally don't do one. I got the Tokyos, and I may have 1 or 2 other pair, but nothing like spectacular.
Yeah. But I just tell people, I'm like, it's not about the size of your collection. It's just just buy what you like,
Yeah, love it, man. Love it. I tell people that all the time.
I used to always say, I'm like, for me, it would be easier if I was just in the Jordans, or if I was just in the Dunks, or just in the Forces, but liking mostly everything and being in the sports too, where it's like, I got Iversons, I got Mellows, I got all kinds of shit to wear.
Man, look, man. 1.0, 1.5s, Mellows.
Yeah. I still got the black and blue ones.
The Denver ones, oh, man. Yeah. Must have. Had to have them. I had them when they first dropped, then I had them when they dropped again. Okay, I'm not. Hey, it was like, that's a nice colorway on a nice silhouette.
I always wanted the Mellow 5.5, that first one that was black with the Nuggets blue.
I remember.
I wanted the bitches. They had the little Mellow and cursive on the back. I never had them, though. I just never ended up getting them. Because I kept saying, they'll be there. Let me get these 21s. They'll be there. Let me get these LeBron 3s. Let me get these Dunks. They
just kind of creeped up, too.
Mm-hmm.
But when they dropped, I don't know, the 1.5s, they just did something for me.
Yeah.
Just in that color. Just in that color. And I think I doubled back and bought the blue and baby blue. I mean, black and baby blue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And I had the Mellow jersey, too.
Woo.
I was a Mellow fan for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, people always, being from Cleveland, we'd always see Brian, but, Mellow had it, too.
Yeah. In the beginning, Mellow wasn't he wasn't no slouch.
Yeah. Well, City Blue at Randall Park. I forgot. Good old days in Northeast Ohio. Yeah, Buckeye City Soul. City Blue was one of my go-tos for Nike product from 2000 to really 1998 to recent. So, yeah, man. Well, look, before we go, when you could still go in and just buy shoes regular, where were you going in Miami to cop shoes? What's up, Coffee?
We had a spot in downtown. It's called the Shoe Gallery,
Oh, okay.
and they had it's still there, but they mostly kind of cater towards like women now, as far as like the shoe itself. But shoe gallery, shoe gallery, and like downtown. And then if you had some time, you'll go to down south and Sunset Plaza, Nike Town, and they had everything. That was back when they was putting the face on the side of the Air Force Ones.
Oh.
So you had the Kobe, you had the Wallaces, and they was doing that, and that was it, man. And it was like going to Nike Town was something special. You know, going downtown to Shoe Gallery, it was like a hassle because you got to find somewhere to park. You got to get down there. It's hot, and the place was small, but Nike Town was so huge. And that was back when they used to get your size out the elevator. So that call for the shoe would drop down the elevator. So I was like, all right, cool. Cool, I got it. Go ahead, read me up, partner.
Oh, man. Good times. Good times.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, I really appreciate you, being on the show today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm going to be on the lookout for you for those French Blue 12s. You said you need an 11?
11.
Okay. All right. Well, look, man, I appreciate you being here. Thanks to everybody in the comments as well.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, this was episode 131, Shorty Sneaker Conversations. Follow this man here. Drop your socials for the people before we sign off.
Hey, it's DA Sneaker Box, man. DA Sneaker Box 9. That's it. Go follow me.
For sure. Follow this man, and I'll be in touch with you, man. Always good talking to you.
Same, brother, same.
All right. Peace, man.
Peace.